Alrighty, hello guys, it is I once again here to share with you a new and improved video. What I would like to share with you all today is a bit of candle making, some candle crafting. A little different today. So, this is one of the candles that I have made. I had one of these white candles here. They were originally, if I can find one, they look like this. Just plain old white candle. Then I burnt them out, or mostly burnt them out. Like you can see that there's an edge here. So I mainly burnt them out. Then in the little hole that was created by the wick, I first took some orange wax, because that's what I had in the melting pot there. Some orange wax, poured it in there. So now I have orange candles. Woo! And then I took some birthday candles. 100 birthday candles. I tried using yarn before, but it wasn't staying, so I just used birthday candles. Stuck them in there. Made sure they stayed upright and somewhat in the center of the candle. And burnt them down a little bit as I was waiting for the wax to not get hot. So, thankfully the wax is hardening up nicely. So, as you can see in here, this was an attempt to put a yarn, an extra wick in here. So I'm going to have 2 wicks in this one, which might not be a bad thing. But anyway, so I stuck some birthday candles in there, tried putting wicks in there, and I finished those candles up. Now what I'm doing is I'm making this jar full of wax. I'm going to fill this jar up with wax. On the inside, as you can see, I have a little stub of a candle tied to a string, with the other end tied to the end of an incense stick, and that's going to straighten out the wick, so it'll be in the center. These candles are melting nicely. Wax and candles are melting nicely, so I will have those melting for me. And what I'm thinking of doing, if I can find it, I thought that I had it here somewhere. Oh, here it is. I'm going to pour the black wax into this, and then I'm going to try to make, if I can, I'm going to take all my white candles, put them in here, and then pour the white wax in here. If it's not enough, then I'll just make some red. I'll put some red in here, and then it'll be a double-colored candle. But I'm hoping to at least to have at very most 2 colors of this particular candle in that particular jar. So, once this is all done, once this is all said and done, I'm going to do the same exact thing. Going to decorate it with some paper, going to make it into a nice little wax thing, and everything will be all said and done. So yeah, that's my candle making process. Just going to answer my phone here real quickly. See who texted me. Hopefully it's my grandmother. Alright, that was my grandfather asking me to put the chicken out, so I gotta do that. But anyway, so yes, I was going through my old tea light candles that I had made, and I found some nice green candles for Thoth. Some of this shade of green, and 2 of this shade of green. So I have a darker green and a lighter green. I have more of the lighter green ones for it, but that's okay, whatever. So I have those scattered about his altar. As you can see, they're all over his altar. And then I have the stick candles that I've been burning recently. I just finished blowing them out, and his God candle. I just did some prayers for Hecate, for Thoth, for Satusi, my birthday. I found that I did indeed enjoy praying to them, as I usually do, but this was particularly enjoyable. I don't know why it was particularly enjoyable, but I found it particularly enjoyable today. I'm thinking about dressing this candle with some herbs, just to make it a little bit more personalized. But right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dress this candle a little bit. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to grab our healing oil. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. So you're going to uncork this. And I like to stick my finger into it and then pour it up so it's on my finger. And I'm just going to lightly coat the wax with the oil. Okay, so that's done. Then I put the cork back on here and stick that back up here. Now what are we going to do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some herbs to dress the candle with. So I want this candle to be healing properties. So with that in mind, I'm going to use, where to go? Here it is, oregano. And I'm going to use some oregano. And do I have anything else that I want to use? I might be able to use some bay leaves. So, oregano. We're going to take a little bit of oregano. Just a tad, not a lot. There. See? There's just a tad of oregano in there. Going to close that up and put it back in the drawer. Then, instead of using my whole leaved things, I'm going to use some broken leaves. So I'm just going to take this whole drawer out, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this drawer down right here. And you can see that I have lots of broken leaves in here, like this one. So I'm just going to crush it up. And pour it into there. And then scatter them around a bit so they're not all over the candle wick. There. Alright, so that candle is all ready to go. Now, we can do more. So, for example, I can do a wish spell with my whole leaves right there. Or I can do something with these cinnamon sticks. I think that's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to do something with these cinnamon sticks. So, what I'm going to do is I'm first going to take this drawer and put it back, because we don't need to have it out anymore. Okay, so we have our cinnamon sticks out, and what we're going to do is I think we're going to try to, make a charm. So, we're going to need string, and we're going to need some other decorations for this. So, we're going to get our yarn for this. And if I can find them, over there, we're going to get some white beads. And then we're going to get some bones, just for my entertainment. Just grab a couple of them. I don't really use bone throwing anymore anyway, because that's more of a hoodoo thing, so. hoodoo, voodoo, whatever. So I have a little pile of bones here. Probably not going to use all of them. Then, I want to do more. I want to do a lot more. I'm going to move these candles over here somewhere.